Atoms of carbon are found in the molecules that make up carbohydrates, proteins, and fat. It's essential to life on Earth that carbon atoms are reused because no more can ever be made. The carbon atoms in your body have existed since the start of the universe and will continue to exist forever. They get recycled over and over again. Some of the carbon atoms in you may once have been part of a tree or some limestone or even a dinosaur.
The way carbon atoms are recycled around the planet takes place in the carbon cycle. This is a series of reactions and processes which move carbon atoms from place to place.
Carbon exists in the atmosphere as the gas carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is removed from the air by photosynthesis. This is the process by which green plants and algae convert the carbon dioxide to glucose and then other storage substances such as starch, protein, fat, and cellulose.
Carbon is transferred from plants to animals when they eat them. Primary consumers eat plants. The carbon in the plant's biomass passes into the animal and some of it is used to build its own biomass. Other animals may eat the primary consumers and then use that carbon to build their own biomass. Carbon atoms are thus passed along a food chain.
Carbon dioxide is also produced whenever a living organism respires. Plants respire, as do animals and microbes. Microbes known as decomposers get their source of carbon from the remains of dead organisms or their feces and urine. Whenever a living thing dies, it decays and its store of carbon is again released to the atmosphere by microbes respiring.
Most decomposers live in the soil and require lots of oxygen and a neutral environment to survive. When soil is full of water, there's very little oxygen. This is why decomposition and the recycling of carbon takes longer in waterlogged, acidic soils such as bogs or swamps.
Carbon can be returned to the air when combustion or burning takes place. Fossil fuels are formed from the remains of dead plants and animals, which are stores of carbon. When they're burnt, the carbon is returned to the atmosphere as carbon dioxide.
Areas of stored carbon are called carbon sinks. Oceans are carbon sinks because carbon dioxide can dissolve in water. Some of this carbon can be converted into calcium carbonate, which forms limestone and is also found in the hard shells of sea creatures. Plants, particularly trees, are also important carbon sinks. This is why cutting down trees on a large scale, also known as deforestation, leads to an increase in the amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. This increase is